So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying.
I don't know how to get through to you. Because you don't seem to know that you are everything a girl could dream of. Baby, won't you hear me? Don't talk to me that way. 'Cause I think you're perfect for me, just the way you are. And I don't ever want to leave you. Baby, won't you hear me when I say, don't talk to me that way. 'Cause I think you're perfect for me, just the way you are. And I don't ever want to leave you. Baby, don't you talk to me that way.
What a night, people dancing in slow motion, blurry eyes. But I've had enough, it's time to say goodbye. 3 a.m. as I'm walking home with a smile. Smoky moon, like a shiver, all the shadows fade away. All your streets are empty, lights begin to sway. 4 a.m. as I think, oh, Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight. Stockholm love. Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight as the city wakes. Oh, my love for you will never fade away. 5 a.m. as I sing, oh, Stockholm love. Stockholm love.
Darling, I would die for you. Tell 1,000 lies for you. Love you like the ocean, love you in slow motion. Anything it takes to make you stay. But I can't rely on you. Doesn't matter what I do. You say you need a time, I think you mean a buyout. Cause it's pretty clear you're on your way out. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it to my face. You're sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. Say it to my face. You're sorry. And I quit my job for you, even quit some friends for you. Cause you couldn't stand it, me all independent, so you had to have me for yourself. That was when I trusted you, when I could add up 2 and 2. When you promised we'd be together, you, me, forever. Now there's nothing left to lose. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's J Red Unfiltered, back with another show, and it's gonna be an interesting one because basically, I like I'm just here to prove a point tonight that I every I feel like every time somebody they have a position, right, and in that position they use examples to illustrate their point. For example, when I say black culture is trash, I use examples to illustrate that point. So I'm not just saying black culture is trash, just to rag on black culture or to basically just down on people that look like me. I don't get any pleasure out of that. But what it is to illustrate and highlight a clear problem that's going on. Not just that, but specifically when we talk about when we have to break down and really dive into the issues that we're going through as a community. And the issues that we're going through as a community, I think if we were just to single out one thing, I think that I think that one thing that we can point out as something that is worth acknowledging is the basically this conflict between men and women, this disparity, this gender war is what it was called at one time. God, golly, it's been a while. But basically this gender war is this back and forth between women. This unruliness that we see in the community, it stems from a lack of structure. It stems from an inability to actually to have anything to really stand behind. And that's the truth. We don't have any structure in the community. And a large part of which I believe is because black culture has devolved into a culture of basically psychological hyenas. And that's the best way that I can describe it. And when I say psychological hyenas, I mean where the women are dominating, beating down on, oppressing the men, and there are men that are upholding this same power structure. There are men that are upholding this power structure. And the thing about this psychological hyena culture that black culture is right now, the thing about it is it's purely psychological, because we know that as humans, men are not physically inferior to women. Women are not physically superior to men. But guess what? They're able to use their mental to be able to manipulate and do what they need to do in order to get where they need to get. I don't think that that's the way that it's supposed to be. And that's just my belief. That's my belief. I don't believe that it's the way that it's supposed to be. But the crazy part about it is, what's so insane about it is that not only are we dealing with this basically oppression towards men, this oppression that's trying to dictate and control men, but then you have men that are jumping in and supporting them doing it. You have men that are jumping in and supporting the chaos. They're supporting the disorder. And so that's what makes the black community worse. Because when you look at the actual hyenas, the women are physically superior to men. The women are superior to men in hyenas, the animals. But physically, humans, it's not the same thing. And so I'm going to get into this basically because I want to, as usual, you know, guys, I always try to prove my point and try to basically try to at least, you know what I mean, substantiate where I'm coming from, when my positions. So, but first I'm gonna get to these comments. Kathleen King, appreciate your comments. Thank you. Shout out to you. Either oppressing men or the men getting extremely violent. Say no to gangster rap. I think that's valid. That's definitely valid. It's not other cultures don't react like this. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're gonna get into that part too. So, basically, appreciate your comments, Kathleen. Shout out to you. Basically, what we are gonna do is we are going to get into this, and I'm going to basically illustrate the point of what I mean when I talk about male hyenas. And by that, I'm going to use a podcast. I'm going to use a podcast, and I'm going to show you guys a male hyena. I'm going to show you a male hyena in its prime habitat. Struggle streaming. All right. All right, guys. So I need you. Yeah, this is. I'm. You know. I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting, but we're gonna get into it for sure.
All right, man. So you said that basically when we peel back all the layers, the black woman is God. Before, I'm just repeating back what you said to let you know that I understood exactly what you said. You said, as you know, before we've adopted the thinking and ideologies of God, how we know it now, before that, or even if we take it away, we would see that the black woman is actually truly God. That's what you said, right? Okay.
Correct.
Now, where does the father, my question for you is, where does the man come in? Where does the father or the man?
Now, first thing first, I'm gonna let them get into this conversation, but you know, I just want to say that I usually consider it a red flag anytime somebody gets here talking about the woman is God, but it's not just woman is God, a man is God too. Anytime somebody gets to talking about a human is God, that's a red flag. It's a red flag. Be careful.
Man come into this picture, the black man or any man?
All right. Now, in regards to the father is a social construct that has nothing to do with nature. So somebody made up this whole father aspect. Man is something totally.
Did y'all hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just said? He just said the father is a social construct.
Different. You grow into the man, but we go through stages in life to get to a man. So in regards to me, I had to go from a embryo, you know what I'm saying, to an infant, to a toddler, teenager, young adult, and then I graduated into a man. So when we're talking about those two terms, you know, you got to go to get to a man. And then when you're talking about a father, there's nowhere that there's a father in nature. So a father would be unnatural. That's just
a long night, guys. This man just said with real conviction that there is no father in nature. Oh, oops. Oops. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, this man literally just said that there is no father in nature. Uh how do you have a conversation with somebody that's stupid? I'm just saying. Let's just really break down what he just said. This man just said that the father is not natural, and I'm the only way that I can really wrap my head around this is that he's implying that in nature, most of the time, the male or the father impregnates the female, and then females raise the young, and which is not that's not universally true. Number one, but at the end of the day, to just insinuate that a father, which is by definition someone who I I don't know. This guy is crazy. This is crazy. Mm.
Something to compete with the woman.
Okay, so you're saying that the father is unnatural, but the woman is natural.
Correct.
Do I have that correct? And you're
Correct,
saying
correct.
the reason why, you really didn't give a reason why the father would be unnatural. So what's your reasoning that the father is unnatural? Explain, give me some logic, however you could,
Right.
you
The
know,
logic
put it
was the
together.
logic was the logic was nature. I said that there was not a father found in nature. There's nowhere in nature that you can find a father. You have a
Okay,
male.
That's not true. That's 100% not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Number one, if you just want me to go off of the top of my head, we have lions, right? The whole purpose of a male lion is to protect their young, is being a father. That's the whole purpose. He mates with all the females and protects all the young and the females from rival males. That's the whole purpose. Like, people are so ignorant. That's not like what? And then the thing is too, y'all are gonna see as this goes on, but like there's an inability to answer direct questions. It's just sickening.
so
So at the end of the day, there's no father. Father is a social construct. That's something to put itself into existence to be opposite of the mother. But there's no such thing really as a father. I'm
can you
just
can you explain how the father is a social construct?
it's a social construct due to the fact is you're talking about a label that's being placed on a man being a father. Can you be a father at 12 years old?
I mean, I think I had when I was 12 years.
Yes, you can be a father at 12 years old. If you can produce sperm, you can become a father. It's science. Like, what's wrong with people? It's literally science.
Old, man. So
Okay, so you have not.
you could be a father when you're 12 years old. You could have definitely planted your seed in something. Yes. Let's just go with, do you think there's any differences between men and women?
It's kind of like you're trying to be condescending to the point where you have no comprehension. Like, you don't have no comprehension in what I'm
Nani?
saying to you in a response to the point where you can't fathom it. What do you mean? I don't
No.
understand what you think.
The, and I just want to say this to all you people like that out here. All the people that you know, I'm saying, I'm not saying y'all because obviously you guys are smarter than that. But I'm just saying, like, to all to people that you know that's like this, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine talking to somebody that's this idiotic? And we're just getting started. We're just getting started. But he's this idiotic. But yet and still, they always think that because you don't agree or because what they're saying is nonsense, that somehow it means that you can't comprehend. No, sir, I comprehend just fine what you're saying. The problem is what you're saying is stupid. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's stupid. You just said out of your mouth that there are no fathers in nature. Substantiate it. And that's the problem. You keep asking people like this direct questions and they can't answer them. All they do is just sprout more, just more, and they keep trying to shotgun you and overwhelm you, and you know, depending on where the medium that you're talking to them, like social media or something, they might be able to get by on that. But it's a diversionary tactic. It's so classless. Ugh, can't stand people like this.
You go to the next question after you sit there and tell me that you didn't understand shit. Like I'm come
No,
on,
not
bro. Like we gonna turn
understand,
this into is this some
not
type of
understand.
entertainment or something? I'm just asking you. I thought it was about the black woman as God. I don't know you. I
Well,
didn't research you. I just
totally
came over here
fine.
because okay. So what are we doing? What are we doing?
We'll speak in detail. What we're doing is having a discussion, man to
hmm
man, right?
hmm
You
hmm
just said that the man is a social construct,
I said the
right?
father is. You're
Or the
saying that the
father
man
is a,
is. Right.
okay.
It was two things. You asked me
Let's
about the man and
excuse
the
it.
father.
You said, well, that, because the father is, not from nature. And I want you to explain, how isn't the father not from nature? That's what I want you to do. I want you to explain how it's a social construct and it's not from nature. Because here's what I'll tell you. Nothing grows unless a seed is planted. Nothing grows on this planet unless a seed is planted. And every man holds the seed in them. Every man holds the seed of life form. Life form in us. In your sack, if you have enough testosterone, but I know in my sack, I got at least 80 million of them little niggas moving around in there. You know what I'm saying? Most men do with a good amount of testosterone. So therefore we have seed and the life form starts there. You won't have a plant if you don't plant a seed first. So you saying that.
And that's a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. And I'm not saying this to dump on women because, you know, women, the part they play in childbirth, it can't be diminished. You know what I mean? It can't be diminished, but we have to be honest. The life start, like men bring life to the egg. They bring life to the egg and the women care for it. Stop trying to make it more like what is not, like more than what it is. This is disgusting. And like, I'm glad that he's holding this guy accountable. I'm glad that he's well educated. And you guys are gonna see this is what I mean when I'm talking about male hyenas. Pay attention.
A father is a social construct is a lie, is what I'm saying. Dispute the point that the father doesn't hold the seed. So we plant the seed in a woman and then life grows from that. Women bring about life. The life form is actually in a man. So explain to me again how the father is a social construct when the father holds the seed and a woman holds nothing but eggs. She's waiting for a seed. Okay. You don't make sense, man. Let me hear you.
You haven't given me a chance to make sense. You're wrong.
Whoa. You haven't given me a chance to make sense. It's crazy work. Oh, man. Nah, buddy, you had plenty of opportunity. You missed it. You failed.
And you're wrong in the way to sit there and say that the sperm is a seed. How could you have seeds running up and through your body? That makes no sense. A seed is not a fucking tadpole with a tail. That's not a seed. So in regards to it, you're wrong. Now, if you're talking about an apple seed or orange seed,
I'm wrong, though.
Listen, an avocado seed or whatever the case may be, now we can get into the comparison on how the woman gives the man the whole body, the construct, the brain, the lungs, the face, the skin. She's creating a child within a womb. So she gives him the penis too. Did you forget that she gave him the sperm? So
can you explain in a scientific way, from a biological way, how doesn't a man hold the seed in the life form? You're just...
Did y'all hear what he just said? Woo. Oh my God. Did y'all just hear what this man
speaking,
said?
But I need you to peel back the layer to things and give facts. This podcast is called No Fugazi. And can you explain?
Skin, she's creating a avocado seed or whatever. That's not a seed. So in regards to it, you're wrong. Now, if you're talking about an apple seed or orange seed, listen, an avocado seed or whatever the case may be, now we can get into the comparison on how the woman gives the man the whole body, the construct, the brain, the lungs, the face, the skin. She's creating a child within a womb. So she gives him the penis too. Did you forget that she gave him the sperm? So
can you explain in a scientific way, from a biological way, how doesn't a man hold the seed in the life form? You're just speaking, but I need you to peel back the layer to things and give facts. This podcast is called No Fugazi. So if I'm speaking, I'm always going to speak with facts. So here's a fact for you. The woman doesn't determine the sex of the baby. She has an X chromosome. The man holds the X and the Y chromosome, right? So here's science, right? So when a man has sex with a woman, he dictates the sex of the baby. So you just said, where do you get a penis from? Where do you get this from? Where do you get that from? You get that from the man, since the man determines the sex of the baby. Do you get it? Women only hold the X chromosome. Men hold the X and a Y. That's scientifically facts that proves that what you just said is nonsense, and men do dictate the sex of the baby. So if he's dictating the sex of the baby.
Look at him. He mad. Look at him. Look at them. Look at them. And they hate when you tell them. They hate when you use science to dispute with the stuff that they feel like. This is the problem with people that always talk about, oh, everybody, let everybody, everybody believe what they want to believe. No, screw that. Screw that. No. There's some stuff we just, no. This guy sounds stupid. I'm so glad this podcast host is holding him to the fire. So glad. Look at him. He just mad. Just mad. Mad about what? The truth?
Let's peel the layer back even further. That means that the man actually dictates how many men are going to be in this world, how many women are going to be in this world. The list goes on and on. Your father dictated that you would have a beard. Your father dictated that you would have a beard and be a man, from what I could see. You get what I'm saying? Your mother didn't determine that, so you should be thanking your father, because your father truly created you. Anything for that, man?
Crickets.
Scientifically, can you?
Crickets. Like, what are we doing? This is crazy.
Dispute what I said.
You sound uneducated, like to the point where this is so level of surface to the point.
God dang, man.
How could you sit here? I'm just asking you, like, how could you sit here?
He sounds uneducated. Oh my God. Oh, ignorance is bliss, guys.
Tell me that my father gave me what all males are females before they turn into a male based off the decision of the mother. Every male can look at their actual scrotum sac and see a line from the bottom of their scrotum sac to the tip of their penis. All male. That means you were sold up. Your testicles are nothing but your ovaries. Your penis is nothing but an elongated clitoris. At the end of the day, you're nothing but an inside-out female. I'm sorry that this man has never been told that, and he doesn't understand that he was made in the likeness and the image of his mother. I'm sorry that before anybody ever taught him anything, his mother was there. Your mother is literally the only thing that you know in life. You don't even know if that's your father, but your mother knows if it's your father or not. You know everything about your mother because that's where you came from. That's your first home. That's your first. Origin. The black woman has always been considered God, even before the patriarch took over and started to actually make a male God. But it was never a male that was being God. It was always the woman. In Islam, it was the woman. In the Catholic Church, it was the woman. In ancient Egypt, it was the woman. In Samaria, Mesopotamia, Babylon, it was the woman. Phoenicia was the woman. Chaldea was the woman. But if he doesn't know that, that means he's not reading. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to respond to the man. Even to the point where if a woman is making up your whole total makeup and she's using her menstrual blood to do it within her womb, that's why you women don't bleed for 9 months. You literally coagulate a child in your womb. What does the man have to do with it? Is the man shooting blood in you, woman, or is he literally giving you his DNA via his sperm? So when you're actually making this baby in your womb, you're using your blood. That's why you don't bleed for 9 months. When that baby comes out, that is a product of its mother. So the baby literally develops through life. As the baby develops through life, we get to puberty. That's when our body chemically starts to actually make the sperm in our body. But it came from our mother. Everything comes from your mother. You get it from your mother. Your mother is your God. Your father is not your God. The sperm.
And see, that's where you lose me, bro. Because it's like you can be wrong on one hand. You can be wrong on one hand, right? Fair enough. You can be wrong on one hand, but why is it that just because your mother gave birth to you, that equates her to your God? Why is that? Because if we want to talk about Christianity, then there are reasons. If we want to talk about Islam, there are reasons. If we want to talk about Judaism, there are reasons to support why people support support that particular God. In this case, we're talking about Yahweh. So I mean, yeah, I'm talking about like, yeah, it's pissing me off, dog.
And his body comes from his mother. Where do you think we got our body from? You didn't make this. You don't have nothing to do with your face. You don't have nothing to do with your head and none of that. Your mama gave that to you. She birthed you. How could you sit there and say that she's not your God? Your mother was God before you was taught about God. Somebody had to tell you about God in order for you to believe them. Now in your mind, that's God. But what if your mother knew she was God? She would teach you about God. How can a man be a God when he cannot produce life? A man cannot sustain life. He does not have breast milk.
Got you. You done or are you still going?
No, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm respectful. So if you want to go and respond, you can go.
Okay. So, I mean, everything you said was just not.
Jesus Christ. It's just stupid. It's just stupid, man. I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna let y'all hear him go off on, like, because he, like I said, he's dismantling this guy really great. But I just need y'all to understand that these are the people. These are the men of the community. These are the men of the community. The culture.
Nonsense. It didn't make any sense. It didn't correlate to anything.
Which part?
And
Which
1
part?
+
Which
1
part?
didn't add up.
Oh,
You
no.
didn't have any rebuttal to it. You just started speaking nonsense. But let me ask you a question.
I have to force myself to speak because you won't allow me to.
Does 1
You're
+
asking
1
me
equal
another
2?
question. Yeah,
Does
I
1
think
+
it
1
equals
equal
1.
2?
No, one and one come together, they merge. That's one, right? Think about
Okay.
it, right?
God dang.
When
So
one and one
chat
come together,
proves
they
my
merge,
point.
right?
The nigga don't know
Right.
what 1
One
+
and
1
one
equals.
merge, right?
He said that 1
and
and 1
one, put it
merges.
together.
Yo, what's going on, RJ? Shout out to you. Yo, you're not too late, bro. Welcome. Appreciate you for stopping through. For real. Appreciate you.
They merge, one, right? If I
Oh,
come
God
together with a
dang.
woman, don't I go into that woman? Don't me and
All
that
right.
woman go into each other? Now we one. I got my dick, I am one. At the end of the day, what you
So you
mean
got to
1 +
watch
1
on your
equals
left
2?
hand. You got to watch on your left hand. If you
Right.
put another watch on your left hand, will you have 1 watches or 2 watch?
They're on the same hand. It's just one watch if they put
Oh
together. If
my
you leave, they
God.
merge together. You see what I'm talking about? You want me to
If
have
you
2.
put
Golly, what the French toast are we talking about? What the French toast are we talking about? Thank you. Like, come on. 1 + 1 means 1. What? If you have something and you add something else to it, you have 2 of that thing. What the hell are you talking about?
the watch on a different hand, would you have 2 watches on you?
I don't know. If you take a man wig off, then would you be bald headed? I don't know, bro. We all got questions that they ask us. How many shit? I mean, what you want to do? I don't
What?
know, bro.
I'm
Is we on
curious.
this build? Are we on this build or what? What we gonna do, bro?
This is
What
what
we
we're gonna
gonna
do,
do?
because I'm actually curious. Because the last people I had on here, I had 4 other people that had your same points of view, right? And now let's change up the dialogue a little bit, because I'm curious of knowing. I believe that you let me know if you don't believe that 1 + 1 equals 2, but let me know if this makes sense to you, and see if we can come to agreement on something. That's what I want to get here. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. Would you say that that's true?
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. I want to know this because I spoke with, you're the 5th person I had on the podcast now that believe that the black woman is God, right? So since we know that, and you just confirmed that influence creates thinking and thinking creates behavior, you have this, your mind frame of how you think. I want to know what influenced you to think this way.
It's knowing versus belief. Everybody believes in God. I know God. You see what I'm saying? Knowing is being able to have logic, evidence, and reason. You know it, just like your past experiences. I know my mother.
Logic, evidence, reason. Logic, evidence, reason. Logic, evidence, reason.
So before I learned how to talk, before I learned how to walk, before I had taught about my ABCs, before I was taught about anything, my mother was there. Somebody had to teach me, influence me, get me to think about a God that they wanted me to think about. But prior to that, my mother was my creator. So when you look at it, my mother was a black woman, and all black women are the manifestation of Mother Nature. I don't give a fuck about a book in which you read, bro. Go to nature and look at it. That is the
I
supreme
got
map
you.
of things. Everything
Clarence,
in nature
one
is telling
second.
you what to
Clarence, I
every
seen that
you
you,
don't have you don't you
real
don't have
quick.
to stop me, bro. You don't have to stop me
No.
every
Someone
fucking
came
30
in the chat.
seconds.
Clarence, I see
You
you
don't
coming in
have
here.
Now, this part right here is crazy work because one thing that's always been real interesting to me is how people will like they're some people don't understand that like podcasters and streamers and YouTubers, we have no it's hard to do it. It's hard to run a show, right? Running a show is difficult. It's not something that's easy. Some people are better at it than others. Like me, I struggle at it. But at the end of the day, it's what it when people think that you have to understand that as the host is over talking you. If the host is over talking you, it's because they have a show to run and they have to move the show along. So as frustrating as it might be, you do kind of have to show respect to the host. You got to show respect to the host. And it always kills me that this has to be a topic of discussion or a topic of debate, because at the end of the day, it's not your show, bro. It's not your show. So what are you talking about? You can't check somebody on their show. I'm just saying. You can try, but
stop
Given
me
two
every 30
seconds,
seconds,
I'll
bro.
add you
30
in after I
seconds.
have this discussion with him.
I get
Once
30
again,
seconds to speak. Like every
listen,
single
man.
By the way, real quick, Tom says J Red and chat have a blessed, productive Thursday, and always stay on your pivot at all times. God bless, and watch out for all these hyenas. It's Thursday over there, Tom, or it's still Wednesday for us. Time says you come from your father. Your mother is the incubator. And yeah, I agree. The truth of the matter is that's exactly what it is. Like, it doesn't diminish women's life or women's role in the life bringing process. In fact, I still think it's just as important. The problem is that we just have to call it for what it is. Men create life, or men stimulate life. The life, because sperm is alive. So men stimulate life. We have the life. And then it goes, and then we give that life energy to women, and women incubate that life, and the life together, the two grow. So yes, you need both, but at the end of the day, you don't have to diminish men's role in it either. Women don't create life, but that doesn't diminish the role that they play in bringing forth life. That's all I'm trying to say. I appreciate the comments, Mr. Tom.
It's a
Is that what you
podcast,
feel?
and I had
You're
someone trying to
intimidated.
join the live stream.
You're intimidated, bro.
No,
That's
I
all
had
it
someone
is.
trying
You're
to join the live
intimidated.
stream.
You don't want to know. You do this for content.
Intimidated?
At the end of you're intimidated. It's got to be.
Come
if
on,
I can
man.
sit there and listen to you
Nah,
and you
man.
can't listen to me,
I mean, listen,
you
bro,
told
we
us
could-
about a pregnant male rat.
And
You told
intimidate,
us the
bro.
science
I do
brought about a
debates with
pregnant
men
male
in
rat.
person. You could come here in
Come
person.
on, man.
No one's intimidated, bro. No
You
one's
gotta be.
no
It's
one
gotta be
feels like that.
something. Then
You could
why
have this
won't you let
discussion
me
in
speak the
person.
whole
The same way I'm
podcast?
conveying myself with you over here, it'll be
The
in
whole
person. And actually,
podcast,
it'll be
bro.
more
Listen,
intense.
y'all.
We said that influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior. You think that the black woman is God. I want to know what influenced you.
Looking for God.
Okay? Explain, elaborate. What did you
God has.
find that made you really think that the black woman is God?
My mother
Like
was in my
you
face the whole time. She was in my face the whole time, and I didn't realize that
okay.
that was God. So they told me that my mother, everything was outside of me. They told me that everything else was my mother. Everything else is God but your mother. And then you look at why they oppress every woman in religion. Christianity, their God says it's okay to rape a woman, defile a woman. Islam, they say it's okay to beat a woman. Allah is literally a lot. So they literally define everything in women. It's all about women oppression and for women not to realize that they are the true creators. That's why the patriarch took over.
RJ says men and women are yin and yang to me. Can't have one without the other. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that for the most part. I mean, I do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That I do think that men could live without women. I think women improve the quality of life and make life worth living. But is it possible to live without them? I think it's possible. Do I think that it's possible for women to live without men? No. So I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, but it's always funny, like when people use the Bible verse when they talk about God making Adam and then he made Eve because he didn't want Adam to be alone. But people always take that out of context and make it seem like because man can't be alone, and that's not what he said. He said it's not good for man to be alone. That means that man can be alone, but it means that it's not ideal. So, I mean, you take from that what you may, but I mean, the verse is the verse. You know what I mean? The verse is the verse. But I don't believe I don't believe that it's like it's something where it's like women the role. You know what I mean? Because like I said, yeah, it's absolutely true. We couldn't reproduce. We couldn't reproduce. But those of you that would be there, I think that I mean it's possible. That's all I'm saying. It might be a weird point. Um RJ says, so what if his mother was white? Would he say the white woman is God? Good point. Good point. Good. That's a good point. That'd be funny. White woman is God. Great point, J. Red, on fathers and mothers creating life. Yeah, I appreciate that. Tom says that dude is really crazy. Without the man, how do how do a woman get pregnant? She can't. She can't. So yes, if we're talking about reproduction and continuing legacy, yes, absolutely, men and women cannot live without each other. When men and women are absolutely essential to each other in order to reproduce, the way we do, the way mammals do. But that life, that spark, is in the nutsack, buddy. That's all I'm saying. Um, RJ says I might have to disagree with you there. Lots of single dudes still go to sex workers. Yeah, but that's just for pleasure. That's for pleasure. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. I mean, bro. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get a nut. I'm just saying. Um, I mean, I like that's what I mean. I feel like men will still need companionship. I mean, it's just, I mean, it'd be a weird world. I mean, it's not an ideal world at all. Ugh, no, that'd be a weird world. So, I mean, I'm not saying that this is something that I would want. I'm just saying that mm, it's just, you know what I mean? You need companionship. So, I mean, you need companionship. You need affection. That's what I'm saying. I mean, women are important. Women are important. I'm never gonna diminish women. Like, I've had that red pill rage phase and all that stuff. I'm done with that. But yeah, I'm never gonna diminish the importance that women have. We need them. We need them. We just don't need them for survival. We need them for a lot of other things. And that's just, you know what I mean? That's just my point on it, or my position. You know, I could be wrong. Ugh.
Patriarch literally took over the matriarch. The matriarch had always been in rulership. That's why they studied the goddess Hathor. They literally was with the queen of heaven in Jeremiah 44. They spoke about the goddess everywhere.
Got
Tuarat
you.
was the
I have
first
another
deity
question for
that
you
was
too.
ever worshipped. See, like I said, I get 30 seconds.
Oh no,
So
you
you don't
explained
really
it.
want to
Now I
do
have
this.
another question
Yeah.
for you.
So I'm saying I wasn't done.
Oh,
That's what
you
I'm
have
saying. Let
more?
me know
Go.
how long I get. I mean, you just stop me. You're gonna keep doing it. So go ahead.
I mean,
That's,
it's
it's just
you
it's
you
okay.
explained
It's
all the way
okay.
down to
Go
how it
ahead,
went.
bro. Go ahead.
Got
Go
it.
ahead, bro. Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
and also
Telling the man go ahead on his own show. I'll be man. That's crazy. That's crazy work to me. Mm-mm. Man, I hope y'all don't never have to see me engage in something like this. That'd be crazy.
I'll just give you the rules of the podcast. So get used to it. So guess what? This is called order, right? Men create order. This is my platform, so there's a hierarchy to things. It's my rules, so if I set the rules and you follow the rules, right? When you have your own podcast and you invite me on, you set the
Right.
rules and I follow those rules. Life is
Okay.
in hierarchy. So I have a question for you.
So
You
then
just said
you
that the
don't want to hear it.
matriarchy, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Listen,
This guy is just crazy. This is crazy. This is craziness. This is craziness. Tom says that's lust. It's why us black men don't have discipline and a strong mindset and willpower. Yeah, I mean that's true. It's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I personally just, yeah, I think that would just fall in it's just sexual pleasure and companionship. You know what I mean? It's like it's not an ideal thing. You know what I mean? I think if they could find them a real like decent person, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they would do that. You know what I mean? Just saying.
you
Of
just
course, you
said
just
that
had a question for me.
you just said that the matriarchy was
Right.
taken over by the patriarchy. How can
Correct.
if the matriarchy is natural, right? It's a natural way of life. It's nature, right? You said the father doesn't come from nature, but the woman does come from nature. If that's the case, if the woman was first, you say that the woman is first. My question is, if the woman came first and you think the black woman is God, why is it that she's always being taken over by a man? Wouldn't
Who
you
said
think? You just said that the
okay,
patriarchy
okay. No,
always
no, no,
takes
no.
over the
I'll let you
matriarchy.
finish. I'll let you finish so I can speak. Go ahead.
That's my question. You just said that the patriarchy always
I
takes
know
over
what
the
I said.
matriarchy. How can you say and even think logically that the woman came first if she's not strong enough to defend for herself? Answer it now.
Well, I'll calm down a little bit. Now, let me answer. In regards to the patriarchy taking over the matriarchy, it had nothing to do with strength. You got to understand that's brute strength. So what it was the
God
son
dang.
turned against his mother. The son literally turned against his mother. So instead of being
Why is it so hard for you to answer a damn question? Oh man. And I don't know, Tom. I'm honestly, Tom, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this one because honestly, the whole point of this stream is basically to show that these the same women that can be so dangerous, the only reason they're allowed to be so dangerous in the first place is because they have men like this basically behind them, supporting them and empowering them in their chaos. And it's just It's nasty work. I mean, I think, yeah. Yeah. It's the men. The women might be the manipulators. They might be the puppet masters, but and it's not all women. You know what I mean? I gotta say that. Jesse Lee Peterson. Not all, not all, not all. But it's not all women. I'm just saying that. But yeah, I'm just saying there's men that are enabling the hyenas. That's all I'm saying. Tom says it's hard to answer the questions because he want to be right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Matt, you giving him too much credit, in my opinion. I think he's that delusional. I think he thinks he's right. I think he thinks he's right, but that's just me. These people can be delusional sometimes, especially the people that sit there and talk about that black woman is God stuff. You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
The protector, the son became the predator. And then Christianity and all of these other religions were created to teach men that they were higher than women. How do you think the oppression started, woman? They needed religious context to literally turn your man against you. You can look throughout all the religions
Did you
and you
ever
can
think that
see
the
where you were
woman,
governing.
that the
Can you
man is
shut
just
the
stronger
fuck
than a
up, nigga?
woman? Do you
God
ever just
damn,
think
bro.
that the man is
Nigga
just
on some
stronger
whole
than a
shit.
woman
This
and more
nigga on some whole
superior than a
shit,
There we
man.
woman?
go.
You's a bitch, nigga. On
Did
my
you ever
mama,
think
you a
that?
bitch.
Now look, there we go. This is what I'm talking about, guys. There goes that feminine energy on rare display. There goes that feminine energy. Now look at him. He can't even control himself. The other man didn't call him nothing. Didn't say nothing disrespectful to him, but he's so in his feelings. Now here come the name calling. It's crazy. It's pathetic. That's why I don't argue with Negroes. Or I will. You know what I mean? I will if it's worth it. You know what I mean? I'll do it on here. You know what I mean? But like in general, I don't argue with Negroes because like this guy's dumb. He's dumb. Um RJ says, I agree. It's not an ideal thing, but my only thing is even the most powerful single men will need a little female energy, even in the form of a sex worker or a concubine. Yeah. I mean, that's true. That's valid. That's what I'm saying. I think men, like, that's why I said, but I think it's more like I think that's more companionship and affection than just female energy in itself. But I think female energy is still a plus. So it's like, yeah, you know, I don't know.
Fuck
Say
wrong
that to
with
my
you,
face,
bro?
man. You
I
welcome
said
here. I
you's a
have you
bitch,
on.
nigga.
I
I
have
don't
you
give a
on.
fuck where you
I
at,
have
nigga.
you
I don't
on,
give a
bro.
fuck. Smash the shit out your
Listen,
pussy ass.
actually, here's what
You's a
I'll do
little
for you
bitch,
because
nigga.
I've been waiting
All
for
you do,
someone
all
like
you
you.
do. Yeah, I'm right here.
I'll
I'm
send
right
you out
here. You's
here.
a bitch.
I'll
Fuck you
send
talking
you out
about,
here, right?
nigga? Get
I'll
the
send
fuck
you out
out of
here.
here. What you Diddy now?
I'll
You
pay
Diddy?
for your ticket to
This
come
nigga
out here.
Diddy.
I'll pay
You know
for
what I'm
your
saying?
ticket to
What's
come out
up?
here, and we can do this debate live in person.
Oh,
And I
whatever.
guarantee you won't have that energy in person. I guarantee you it. I had another man
All right,
talk
man.
crazy just like you, but in person, he wasn't speaking that crazy. It was a entirely different
Bro,
story.
you can tell
It was a
everybody in the
entirely
room can
different
see you
story.
a bitch, man. Everybody in the room can
Okay,
see you a
man.
little hoe, bro.
Now
You
you're
came to
making ad
play.
hominems. No one made ad
You ain't come to
hominems
have no
about you. This
motherfucker.
nigga looking like a
You ain't
fake Drake
come.
over here, man. This nigga looking sweet as
Drake.
cheese. How you over here trying to act hard when you get your eyebrows done every day? This nigga looking sweet. This nigga sweet as pie with that little chain on. This nigga squinching his eyes. Nigga, what's in your eye? Why you keep squinching your eyes like that? Trying to have the light skin look. Yeah. Come on, bro. Calm down with all that, nigga. Let's have a regular discussion. You making that hominum attacks. I ain't make none on you. You made them
Bro,
first. So we can
you a
either
white
finish
boy,
this
man.
debate.
This dude a whole
Now he called him a white boy.
white
Wow.
boy, bro. Like,
This guy
the
said a
fuck you
white
come
boy.
from,
Just
man?
because
You is a
you
white
can't
boy. You
articulate.
Now he calling him a white boy. It's like a woman. This is literally feminine sign language, right? On full display. This is literally feminine sign language on full display.
Yeah, you
Yourself.
talk. Nigga said I look like
Just
Drake.
because you
This
can't
motherfucker sitting
articulate
there.
yourself
What the fuck is you talking
doesn't
about, man?
mean that I'm a white boy
Corny
because
ass
I can.
jokes.
That don't mean that, nigga. Chat.
Ninjas are so stupid, man. They send he's basically calling him a white boy because he can articulate his points. That's crazy to me. Because he can speak well. You a white boy. You a white boy. Oh yeah, you a white boy for real. That's an insult in the black community. That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane.
It's clowning you right
Oh
now.
my
But anyways,
God.
bro,
Yeah, all right.
here's what I'm saying, man.
You reading it.
Everything that you said is all
off.
false because the
see it.
root of it, the cause of it is false. The man is superior than a woman.
Still
Why
here.
doesn't a matriarchy
If the matriarchy will
ever
always
stood a
be in
test of time?
existence. It's just been hijacked by the patriarchy. You
How
will
can
still produce us. If
how
you
can
Yep. And that's when I would check out that conversation. Mm. Mm. This is sad. This is sad. Guys, I'm sorry I have to put you through this, but like I said, I have to illustrate my point. I have to illustrate my point because I say some pretty outlandish things, and so I have to substantiate them. But this is what I'm talking about. This guy is a male hyena. He's a male hyena. And I'm going to show you several different variants of male hyenas tonight. We're going to talk about different types of male hyenas because it's not just one type of male hyena. There's different types of male hyenas. Here we have the aggressive male hyena.
chill for a minute? Can you give me a little bit so I can talk to people to get them to understand where I'm coming from?
No.
This is the black woman is God. This is the ghetto Pookie. You know what I mean? This is like God. He's just not the dirty kind of Pookie. You know what I mean? Like this guy. What an idiot, man.
It ain't going like that. That isn't how this goes, bro. Because you're not answering questions, bro.
I'm tired of your questions. Just let me speak.
Listen, man, if you tired of the question,
I'm tired of your questions on my show, then get the French toast off. Get the French toast off, my ninja. Sorry, you gotta go.
And you can hop off
I'm
the
just
stream,
saying,
bro.
though.
You just speaking nonsense
you're getting
right now.
frustrated. Like I said, you're intimidated. For you not to let me talk, but I'm over here.
Nigga,
really
you look like a broke Drake, nigga. Who intimidated
I know, bro. You
you?
said that. You said that already. You said that already.
No one said broke.
Already.
That was different.
Yeah, okay.
See, you can't listen. You don't have good active listening skills, buddy.
Shit, man.
You don't have good active listening skills.
Look at,
Low IQ.
You got a man wig on.
Low
You got a
IQ,
man wig on, and you talking about.
And I hate to say this, but a lot of people in this demographic don't have very good comprehension skills. They don't have very good IQs. They don't have very good reading skills. You know what I mean? This is why, like, think about it. Look at the reading level. These are people that graduated with a middle school reading level trying to educate you about who's God. I need you to really, really think about that for a second. These are people who couldn't even put a sentence together in high school, trying to educate you about who God is, about who is God. Trying to talk about you can't understand. You can't comprehend. The French toast are we talking about here?
Drake, man.
This nigga said a man wig, bro. My hair is just long, man. It's just
okay,
long.
well, line that shit up. Mind your shit up. Mind your shit up. You see that shit?
Look at your headline, buddy.
You sitting there. Look at it. It's lined up, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with your shit?
Your jaw leaning over here, bro.
All right, bro. All right.
Your jaw tilted.
That's what we get.
Anyways, so
intimidation.
Like I said, there's a hierarchy. You started the ad hominems. I didn't start the ad hominems.
You don't want me to speak.
But here's what it is. It's a hierarchy to things. So if you don't want to follow the orders, you can hop off the stream or I'll kick you off the stream.
No, I don't understand. Man, you're a bitch anyway, nigga. You didn't want to do nothing anyway. You got your ass murdered over here. You got your ass murdered over here.
I mean, you believe that 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2.
You call it whatever.
And
you
I already said we could
questions.
have this live stream
you
in person.
You trying to say he mad, but you the one calling him out his name with sign language like you a woman. That's crazy work.
And I trust you in person. You wouldn't have this energy. I'll literally fly you out.
Out you, man. Y'all beat the fuck out you, bro. I'm not no
out here, bro.
I'm not your little boy. I'm not your little toy.
I'll bring you out here.
You're talking.
I'll bring you out here.
Talking. We're talking.
Do you take my offer? I'll actually offer you. So this is what men do. This is what men do. Because let's see if you're really man of your word. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. Here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can have this debate in person. I'll put it on my word. If you really want to come out here, I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. How about that? Let's do it. If you really feeling that, if you really feeling froggy, nigga, leap. I'll send you out here. I'll put that on my word.
Right.
And we got hundreds of people in here. No. You want to approve to that offer? If not, then shut up, nigga, and pay attention to the hierarchy. Here's the rules. So I'm going to ask you questions, and then you're going to listen, and you're going to answer these questions because you're just talking just to talk. Do you understand? So,
hey, you're a
question
scary
here.
little boy. You're a scary little boy,
Cool, man.
That's
you still
all it
talking,
is.
bro.
You're a scary little boy,
Question
man.
here.
I'm from
How
Chicago,
can
puss ass nigga.
you
talking
still
about
didn't?
flying out a
This
nigga
still.
and fighting. You talking about flying me out and trying to box
Listen,
and have a
my
debate.
finances is
What's
good.
wrong with dudes,
My
man?
finances is good. I've been waiting
What's
for
wrong
somebody
with him?
like you that's talking
We
spicy.
debate.
This is what I do.
I told you you's a bitch,
This
man.
is what
and
I
you
do,
know
man.
you's a bitch. You don't do shit. You can tell you a white boy.
Well,
You a little white boy that like to play.
I
You
see
like to
that
do
you
this
ain't
little
want my
jokey
offer, but
shit.
listen, homie had to go. He just talking to talk. He talking silly. Chat.
Whoo, boy. And like I said, guys, what we have here is it, like I said, that man, if you want to call him a man, that guy, that dude, was an example of a male hyena. An angry male hyena, but an angry feminine male hyena. And it's just crazy. That's just crazy to me. I don't get it. But let's get to these comments because we have another scenario. I have another scenario. And let's get to these comments real quick. RJ says Bill Clinton, Mike Tyson, R. Kelly, the Didier, the Diddler, Epstein, Donald Trump, Travis Randolph, Johnny Depp, and many, many more. J-Red, women are men's downfall. I mean, you could say that, but at the end of the day, I mean, behind some of the most successful men are women too, though. That's a fact. That's a fact. Behind some of the most successful men are women too. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? That's why they say you got to pick right. That's why it's important for dope women to actually hold other women accountable, and for us as men, we can't let them be labeled as pick-me's and let them get shamed as pick-me's when in reality the pick-me's are on our side. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, women can be behind great downfalls of men. You know, we have the Helens of Troy's and all that kind of stuff. But for every Helen of Troy, you know what I mean, there's you know what I mean, for every Helen of Troy, I mean, for lack of a better example off the top of my head, there's a Michelle Obama. So, I mean, just saying. RJ says using white boy as an insult, I just don't understand. Yeah, it's something I'm never gonna quite comprehend either, to be honest. Time says we definitely need a woman. Big facts, but I don't. The sisterhood need use. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the sisterhood can stay where it's at. We need to get rid of the sisterhood. Like, just they need to just let that collective just dissipate. Just dissipate, because you know the sisterhood don't even really got love for each other, if we really being honest. Tom says that dude has female chatty patty energy. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree, and it's just interesting. It's just interesting. So I mean, I don't yeah. That's interesting. But let's go ahead and get to the next video, guys. Next up, I want to go ahead and take a look at The Godfather, you know, because at the end of the day, I feel like Kevin Samuels did a great job of illustrating points. So,
we need some good old
what I want to do is I want to, have this conversation. I want to have this conversation. And basically,
fashion truth telling.
what we're going to do
This
is
generation of women
we're going
aren't
to look
deceived.
at
Holy shit, you're still
we're
going.
going to look at this we're going to look at this clip of Kevin Samuels in one of his encounters with men.
All right, what's your disagreement?
In one of his encounters with men specifically. And I'm using this example because I want to show you guys that just because a man isn't as aggressive as the last guy doesn't make him any less of a male hyena. And just because somebody isn't angry or isn't acting openly like a menace doesn't mean that they aren't as dangerous to the community as the guy that we just saw. So let's go ahead and get into this one.
First of all, I want to commend you on your show. I mean, I watch you every day, so you're doing a phenomenal job. I think you really try to highlight, and I think a lot of the listeners that I've been listening to, they don't watch your show, so they're not familiar with your content. But my disagreement would be that I do feel that there should be a better way to bring the men and women together, because from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of harshness coming in tone. And I don't think a lot of women are used to that because of the society we're in.
So your disagreement is with my tone?
Yes,
Jesus.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Then you go do it.
I respect that. I can respect that. I just feel that women aren't accustomed to men of that.
Well, you
Pay attention to what he just said. I just feel that. That's crazy work. I just feel that. That's feminine. That's how women talk. In general, yes, it's okay for men to feel, but for you to be starting all your sentences with "I feel like," all that kind of stuff, I mean, it's not the way that men are supposed to behave. I'm just saying, it's the truth.
raised by your
caliber.
father?
Yes.
I'm asking because you keep talking about feeling, how you feel. I feel. That is a big trigger word, especially around men's content. Women talk about how they feel. Tell me about what you know and what you think.
Gotcha. Well, what I know is women have a very hard time with men that are as strong toned as you come across.
So
they don't seem to receive that as well as someone with a softer tone.
really? Does it matter how they receive it, or does it matter what they do about it?
Well, yeah.
No, I got. That's a question I'm asking you. What matters more?
It matters more what they do with the information.
Well, then I challenge you to go look at what some of my detractors, people who tell women what they want to hear, and go find the amount of women who tell them, "You saved my marriage. I'm getting married because of you. You made me a better woman. I didn't like what you had to say, but now I'm better." Go look in their comment section. Go look at how many videos the women have made to them, and come back and tell me how they rank next to mine.
You're right.
My question is, as a black man, why are you coming in here making an emotional argument about tone when we got such a problem with our women?
Well, I think I'm making that argument simply because more black women, they're listening to your content. I see more and more people are having discussions.
Well, let me reframe this. Why, as a man, are you giving me the emotional argument based upon outcomes?
I don't really see that many that much of a good outcome, honestly.
Of who? For me or for them?
Well, black women. I mean,
No.
Black women.
My tone aside, I'm getting outcomes. Yes. The people who tell them you're a queen and a goddess, are they getting women married, going back to their husbands?
That's towards you, Dr. Umar Johnson. That's towards you. What's his name? Derek Jackson. That's to you, all these black preachers, all these people that claim that the black woman is God, all these people that talk about they love black culture, all these people that talk about how much they're fighting for black culture, but they can't even fight for black families. Kevin Samuels got people married. People made videos about how Kevin Samuels impacted their life, saved their marriage, caused them to get married. They met through Kevin Samuels, through his Facebook group. All these things, these factors. There is casework, but yet and still you have people that will still to this day speak negatively on him.
Framing how they look at men. You say you follow my content, right?
You're right.
Who's
I
getting the
see-
outcome?
You're getting more outcome. I mean, I will give
So
you
as
that.
a man, how are you going to come to me as a man who's getting a better outcome and tell me about a tone?
Well, simply because I just feel like
Again, what's the feeling? See, the problem is when you say this, you weaken us. You sound soft saying this shit.
But how is that?
Cause you sound like.
But how was that? Probably like that.
Listen to what the men are gonna go back and go look in the comment section after this video, and I feel. I don't. If I'm getting a different outcome, which is a better outcome, damn the tone. It's the outcome. And if you're saying you see the same outcome, why do you care so much about the tone?
Because I don't think the majority of women are receiving what.
This is crazy. Tom says, wow, tone. Really? Another man telling a man about his tone. What's crazy is he's speaking like he a woman dating men. He is. He sounds exactly like the women that called in on Kevin Samuels' show. And that's the facts. That's the facts. He sounds exactly like them. Exactly like them. This is what I'm talking about. A male hyena. He's a different variant of a male hyena. A different variant. But a male hyena nonetheless.
They're saying the right
It's not
way.
for the majority of women. And the majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses. And what is that doing for the majority of women?
But if the majority of women are not receiving your content properly,
If
how
the
can
majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses and you're tens, what are the outcomes to that? See, this is our problem as black men right here. You want me to moderate my tone when it's getting a better outcome than the moderated tones.
Right.
But my point is, I don't think it's being received by women as well as it would be if it was a tad bit better. I'm not, trust me.
Then you do it, sir. Then why aren't you doing it and why aren't you getting the results? Why aren't you getting the results?
I'm not saying to change your complete tone. That's not what I'm saying, because I respect
Yes, you are.
your
I mean,
content.
but what you're making is a feelings-based argument. If you change your tone, then what? Okay, let's say it your way. If I change my tone, what percentage increase do you think I would get?
I think you would get a lot more.
What percentage increase do you think I would get?
One thing you will notice about the male hyena is there is a complete and utter lack of ability to answer a direct question. Male hyenas can't answer a direct question.
At least 15 to 20. At least a 15 or 20% increase.
I don't think so. And you're basing that based on what?
Just based off, once again, like you mentioned, my anecdotal.
Right.
Just,
right.
Pulled that number.
Right. You have
You pulled that number out of your ass, boy. Man, that's crazy. Crazy work, guys.
nothing to base that on. I want you to sit there and ponder that. You want me to change what's getting outcomes, verifiable, and you're saying 15 to 20% based upon nothing. That's how men operate. That's how we think.
But
See,
I don't
I'm challenging you. I'm challenging this because there are going to be black women who are going to come around and say, "Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but we can't be like this because no other group of men thinks like this." It is weak thinking. No, no, it works. And if I'm not getting everybody, so what? I'm doing far better than the people telling they're queens and goddesses. And you can't come.
Noah's Ark wasn't meant for everybody, guys. Noah's Ark wasn't meant for everybody. If people can't hear the message, if you share the message and they can't hear it, it doesn't resonate with them, you can't get to them, quit wasting time trying to save these people. Doesn't matter. You can't appeal to everybody. No. Save your tribe. Save your tribe. There are people who it will resonate with. But like I said, we have to hold ourselves accountable. And part of holding ourselves accountable is we have to call out the chaos and the chaos bringers in the community. And what we have is hyenas. And we can talk about women, female hyenas, and there are plenty of people that do. But there are male hyenas enabling them, enabling this behavior, enabling this chaos. Psychological hyenas. That's what Black culture is evolving into or devolving into. Psychological hyenas. But you claim to be kings and queens. You can't claim to be kings and queens, but you act like the agents of chaos. That's an oxymoron, just so you know.
Tell me that if you moderated your message, you get about 15 to 20% more. You can't say that. Somebody could easily come along and say he could lose 50%.
But you have to understand, a lot of people may only watch your content not because they're trying to better.
But do you understand that they could make the same argument? You could lose 50% based upon their anecdotal evidence. Could someone make the same argument? You could lose. True or false?
I mean, that's true. You could always lose followers or lose.
Well, so it's a counter argument. And what I'm saying is what you're saying is not rooted in anything other than your feelings.
The reason I say that, okay, first of all, you just said I use the word feelings too much. So I was raised in a household with both my father and a mother. So my mother is a very strong-willed person. My father he's also a very strong-willed person. So, but he always taught me you catch more flies with honey than vinegar or something along that line. But anyway, it's an old school term, but he always used that term. So he always trained me to say there's a time and place to be very strong and stern, and there's a time and place to kind of fall back and use your softer side.
And you're watching a platform with a man who's been on for a year.
Yeah. Well, I think
grown from 50,000 subscribers to almost 1 million.
Yes.
Who's a professional salesperson who is trained in what you're talking about. Monday through Friday, I do this.
Yes, I agree.
And you
don't
think that I know the things you're talking about, but I also know as a salesperson and as a marketer, as a presenter, people respond to authenticity and actual outcomes.
But I understand it. I'm a marketing manager. I understand.
Then what you're saying is not even make good business sense. It's based in nothing.
What I'm saying is not about business. What I'm saying is it's about relationships.
It is about business. You said getting more people is about increasing an outcome. It's business. It can be both.
Okay, but honestly, I thought your content was about building the Black community, building our community.
It is. And who's getting a better outcome? Who's getting the better damn outcome? Is it Derek Jackson and Steve Harvey telling you queens and everything else? Or is it this? Have you seen any videos saying, I got my husband because of Derek Jackson? Derek Jackson saved my marriage. Steve Harvey did this. Have you seen any of those videos?
Of course, I watch all that content.
No, you've seen women come out and say, I found my...
You're a liar. You ain't never seen somebody say that Derek Jackson saved their marriage. Get out of here.
Husband listening to these guys, following this information.
No, but they do follow that stuff.
I didn't ask you, okay, have you seen any videos saying that Kevin Samuels is the reason I married? There are 5 on my channel right now.
Yes, but they may not just produce that stuff.
Jesus.
I mean, I understand that. You produce it. You produce results. I will grant you that. They may not produce that or put that content or information out there to the general public. That's all I'm saying. My thing is, you would get more viewers. You would get a better outcome.
You would get more viewers and you would get better outcome.
I like the outcome. Okay, you're right. I like the outcome I'm getting. This is what I'm going to do, and it's working. And until you...
Ooh. Now what? Now what?
Show me something that's going to work better. Show me somebody who has faster growth, more views, more consistent outcomes. Show me somebody. Show me one person. Give me the business reason to do it.
You're right.
You can't do that. And the reason why you can't do that is because you've never been there. You're just talking. You're just talking. You're not trying to do the content thing yourself. You haven't provided an alternative business model or alternative proposition. But yet and still, you'll get up on here and you'll cap for women. You'll cap for women that won't even sleep with you, bro. You capping for women that won't even suck your.
Stop. Then stop, please. Because I don't like when we do this as men. I try to be nice, but there's no business reason. There's no practical reason. This is in your feelings.
I guess I was thinking your content was supposed to bring the black family back together. Bring
Holy
men and women
shit.
back together.
How many times have I... Can somebody else do... Let me bring somebody else on.
But you're not. But
If people are getting... If there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 couples getting married because of me, that's bringing the black family back. Go...
But for every
five, listen, please. 5 couples, black couples married.
Sure.
Does
Okay, guys, I got a question. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think he's a feminine man? Do you think he's effeminate? Do you think that he has shall we say soy boy traits? Just let me know in the comment section what you think, because this guy is like it's kind of disgusting to watch, to be honest.
of women in the comment section. I'm a better wife. All kind of shout outs across YouTube, Facebook.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's feminine. Put a 2 in the chat if you think I'm tripping.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I don't like the fact that we feel like we got to talk to our women in such a sugar and spice and everything nice when we are in a crisis. 1 in 4 will marry. 80% of children born out of wedlock. And you're coming to me with the same liberal, weak-wristed bullshit. Be nicer. Say it honeyed. Say it sweet. That ain't got us nothing. We need some good old-fashioned truth-telling.
But this generation of women aren't receiving.
Holy shit. You're still going.
They're not. Honestly, they're not receiving it. I understand. Totally
Okay, I know
what you're
disrespect. Are you married?
saying. No, I'm not.
You ever been married?
No, I haven't.
Got any children?
No, I don't.
Got a girlfriend?
No.
I got several. I've been married, got kids. I think I know women better than you.
Oof, that was cold-blooded.
You want to start pulling rank. I'm trying to be nice, man. Don't tell me about women if you ain't had no success with them, even failed with them.
Guys, let me know. 1 in the chat if he's feminine, 2 in the chat if I'm tripping. Let me know. Ugh.
I got you, brother. I won't even argue with you on that.
You can't argue this shit. I tried to let you off, man, but you're still pushing this point. Rooted in nothing.
Because I don't think you understand what I'm getting to. My point is, you may have 4 or 5 or maybe even 10 people that come on and say they've gotten married, but the majority, I'm focused more on the majority. That's all. I'm just saying the majority of women are not receiving it. They're pushing back. If you've got 1,000 women and only 10 women are getting married out of 1,000, then
we got Maurice July. Maurice July says, Sub J Red, male manipulation tactics are becoming more common in the black community, and a lot of things go in one ear and out the other to our people. Facts. That's absolutely facts. Yeah, these male manipulation tactics are something else. It's really crazy work out here. I mean, I just don't. Yeah. And we see it right here. We saw it with the guy before, and now we see it with this guy. It's just this is disgusting. And we got a couple ones in the chat. Yeah, I didn't think I was tripping, but like I said, everybody else, let me know. Let me know, because I could be tripping. If this guy that is talking to the Godfather, is he feminine? Put a 1 in the chat or 2 in the chat if I'm just being too hard on him and I'm just tripping. Let me know.
The majority aren't receiving it. That's the only thing I'm trying to get to. Once again, I respect your content.
And let me give you, and let me let you know the problem in what you're thinking. It's the bird in the hand versus in the bush. You're a marketing person. You should understand a tipping point. What percentage do you need to reach a tipping point?
I don't know. You tell me.
No, what do you think?
To reach a tipping point, at least 40 to 50%.
10%.
Okay.
So I don't need 1,000. When 100 will do. You're trying to reach the masses. You'll never reach the masses. But when you reach a critical mass or a tipping point of 10%, the rest of the market tends to follow. Do you see people responding to my content? Do you see it starting conversations? How many platforms have you seen that have responded to Kevin Samuels? How many platforms have you seen where a black man is sitting next to a black woman and they're responding to this video? And then you look in the comment section. How many comedians are talking about?
I want y'all to think about what this man says. What this man Kevin Samuels just said. I don't need 1,000 if 100 would do. Noah's Ark wasn't meant for every human. 8. And of all the animals on the world, a pair from each animal. Noah's Ark wasn't meant for everybody. We don't have to save everybody. Save he who be willing.
How many people? What are you talking about?
I grant you that. You do have that. You do have a lot of, you have started the conversation. So I would definitely.
And now you're trying to tell me do it different when it's working. And it's based in nothing.
But I'm not
If
saying
you had a business, and it was working and you were number one and you were making progress and destroying your competition, you would go into the shareholders and we're going to change and do it this way now. They tell you you're out of your gosh darn mind.
Let me ask you this. So do you feel that even if you were to change slightly, not 100%, but just change maybe 15%, that you would be able to get more?
Notice the question you just asked me, do you feel like, the question you asked me is, do you feel like if I did this? I don't do business based on feelings. I'm a man.
Well, do you think
no,
if you changed?
No.
Do you think? No.
Because if I did, I'd do it. Do I strike you as somebody who's not smart enough to be able to read the tea leaves?
Ooh.
I get it. It's your content. I get it.
It's not about my content. It's about what you have to understand is what you're saying doesn't work. It doesn't work. We've tried it that way. It doesn't work. And I need more men to have some steel in their spine and start standing up and sounding more like me instead of like you. That's where you're failing your black brothers. This sounds weak. All women don't have to take us seriously. We got to go talk to them nicer. I'm going to tell them the truth and respect them as being the strong women that they are and understand that they are smart enough to be able to make a decision. 1 in 4 of you are married. Either you change the way you pick a mate or you'll buy a dog and die alone. I'm going to give them the benefit of being smart enough to use that PhD that they have and know that they're not getting the outcomes that they were marketed that they would get by being apart from their man, by calling themselves strong, independent. I don't need no man. That ain't working.
But they're not hearing you because they can't get past the hard.
All right. No, they're
Exhibit B, guys. This is a male hyena. Like I said, this is a male hyena. This is a male hyena. This is disgusting.
They've heard too much of men who think like you. Where are your balls? Seriously, You're saying they're not hearing you. How many people in this show right now? How many people in the show right now?
Where are your balls? And I think that statement really really plays a lot into what the overall point of this stream is. Because at the end of the day, that's the truth. Where are your balls? When I say that black culture is devolving into a culture of psychological hyenas, right? When I say that, you're letting these female hyenas take away your balls, and you're betraying the people. You're betraying men because you think that this is that it's gonna get you brownie points. You think that it's gonna get you extra love. Shoot, you think it's gonna get you some sympathy box. If we being honest, but man, ooh, boy, y'all gonna learn.
Yeah.
I can't see. I don't know.
They're not hearing you. My videos average 400,000 views. They're not hearing me. They're hearing me. You better believe they're hearing me.
Hearing you based on. Hearing you.
All right, man. You got it. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. And this is what I mean about power, money, and sex. I'm not going to argue with you, bro. But you got nothing to base what you're saying on. You've got nothing to base what you're saying on except feelings. And I respect your feeling, but I don't do things based on feelings. And even if I did, I don't feel like what you're saying is going to work because I've seen that it doesn't. 25,000 people in here. What you're saying, man, what you're saying, brother, is you've got nothing other than a feeling.
But are they watching for the shock value, or are they actually
Who gives a shit? They're watching. That's the point. They're watching. And how many women have come? See, if you were really a watcher of mine, you would know that women come over and say, you know what? I thought this, but until I watched an entire video myself, and then I heard the logic, I heard the facts, I heard the stats, I heard this.
I've heard that. I've watched you for the last 2 years when you started out with men. So I've been watching your content.
Then understand that it's working. And now you're just saying, well, if you just tweaked it a little bit, you get more. Well, you know what? The Colonel got 11 herbs and spices. Well, if you put 13 in, you get about a 20% bump in customers. I don't think so. The formula works. And I'm still got a man who's sitting here telling me, nah, I don't feel like it's going to work that way. And I'm asking you based on what? And you haven't said anything except I just feel this way. All right, based in what? I'm listening. Based in what?
Based off of the conversations that I have with women that detest the content. And I'm an advocate saying, hey, listen to
them. They detest the content. Are they over 30?
Yes.
Do they tend to be overweight?
Some.
Any of them have children out of wedlock?
They all do. I got you.
Any of them college graduates?
I got you. I see where you're going.
But if they listen to me, do you think they would get better outcomes?
If they actually paid attention.
Right. Do you think I'm the first person that told them if you lost some weight, you'd have a better health and get a better outcome?
But that's the problem. They're not.
No, it's not the problem. See, it's not the problem of information. See, you just defeated your own argument. It's not the information. They've been given the information several different ways. The problem is they've been given the information spoon-fed and soft. And you know how many people watch me and can't stand it, but they're still sitting there saying, I can't stand it, but they listen. And then they're wondering, why are they watching them? Because the women are getting something out of it. And what I don't understand is why, as a man, you're not on this side saying, yeah, instead of saying softer. We should be going harder. We're behind. Black boys are reading at a 4th grade level. These very mothers you're talking about, how are their sons doing? Would you want to be stepdaddy to any of them?
No, sir.
Then don't tell me about softening a message when we're failing our next generation of boys. And we're failing because they hear men who are sitting back saying, yeah, be nicer. No other race of men has to be this damn nice.
But no other race is as combative with one another as we are.
No
I
other
don't
Well,
race
why the French toast do you think that is? Like, come on, man. There's only so much of this I can take. Why the French toast do you think that they're so competitive? Because people like you are enabling them to think that they can be combative. You put them to where they think that they are on an equal playing field, to where that they think that they can go toe to toe with men. We shouldn't be at odds with each other. We're supposed to be working together. But when men work with women to take down other men, what do you think is gonna happen?
But no other race of men need to be stronger than we do. See, this is where it falls on us. Brother, I keep saying the problem is brothers who think like you're too weak for this fight. I guarantee you this. Men who go into a place talking like me walk away with more of the women than you do. Regardless as to how they look, women follow leadership and strength. Or do you disagree?
I agree with that. They do follow strength. I mean,
And thus is the tragedy of the male hyena. So now, guys, now that we've taken a look at this, because I've had about all I can take. So when we see these guys that talk about the black woman is queen, when we see these guys that are defending women, that feel like these women don't have any flaws, that feel like they just can do no wrong, you're part of the problem. You're creating a problem. And that's just the truth of the matter. You're just as bad. You're just as bad. Just as bad. Just the worst, man. It's just the worst. I don't know. But guys, like I said, I mean, honestly, male hyenas, the problem with male hyenas is they give female hyenas in the black community this delusional idea that they have power that they don't. And the truth of the matter is the power is psychological, because in the difference between actual hyenas and psychological hyenas is that, in truth, in the black culture, because we're human, men are dominant, the dominant species. So illusion and manipulation aside, men are the dominant species, or we're the dominant gender. We're the dominant role. But the problem is, if you have people that believe that women are stronger, women are better, women are superior, then guess what? They're going to enforce that rule and give them power that they wouldn't have if they weren't supported by those men. And that's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. This is an issue in the black community that does have a solution. And the truthful solution is that we have to get these male hyenas out of here. We have to remove them from the playing field and just stop. We can't let them do what they're doing, because they're not conducive for the progression of the black community or the progression of any successful community, because this isn't, you know what I mean? This isn't just a black problem. Excuse me. This isn't just a black problem. It's a problem that goes on in other communities too. I'm just speaking about it, or Western communities, I'll say. I'm just speaking about the black community because guess what? I'm an American black. But the truth is, it's actually tragic because these male hyenas, the best that they can ever hope for, the best case scenario is the woman will settle for you. That's your best case scenario. That's your best case scenario. The women that you spend your life caping for, that you spend your life capping for, these are the women that the best you could ever hope for is that they'll settle for you, and when you get older and after you've had your children, they're gonna cheat on you with Pookie. And that's the truth of the matter. Or they're gonna leave you for Pookie. That's the tragedy of the male hyena. The male hyena turns away. He abandons his own to support a matriarchy that tears him down, abuses him, beats him for their pleasure, for no other reason than their pleasure. You go against your own. And we're in the state that we're in, not because we have to be, but because we have men that talk about black woman is God. They create life. Like I said, I'm never gonna diminish the role that women play. Never. But we gotta stop with the nonsense. And we have to stop giving weight and validity to nonsense. That's, I don't know, man. It's just sad. It's just sad. It really is. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's all I got for real. I mean, I just want to say I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Everybody that's tuned in, I appreciate you. You could have been doing anything, but you here chose to spend some time and rock out with me, and I'm grateful for you. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good night. But like I said, I'm beware the male hyenas. Beware the male hyenas. That's if you take anything away from that, beware the male hyenas. They're dangerous. They're more dangerous than the women. Just saying. On that note, J Red Unfiltered signing out.